What's good? What it do? It's your man Damian here, but you can call me Dame. Back again with another video for you here on the Damian Reaction. Hey yo, this one right here, y'all. Listen, I don't know if y'all might have heard about it before. I heard about it, a while ago, but then, since had forgotten about it or whatever. But I had heard before, a while ago that Drake might have had some kind of involvement in the unaliving of that rapper dude. I can't pronounce the dude's name. That's a XXX, well, XXX, whatever, XXXtentacion, or y'all know who I'm talking about. But anyways, I got this video right here, y'all. It says, footage confirms Drake involvement in XXXtentacion murder. Did he hate him? I don't know. I'm trying to see what this is about. You know what I'm saying? But again, the disclaimer, I ain't never seen this video. I didn't make this video. This video might be complete malarkey. I don't know. So don't come at your boy. It ain't my fault. But let's go.
So now where do you guys stand? Like, what's good now?
I still think Drake, as a man, no, I'm keeping a blood raw. I still think Drake, like, I think he's not a man. I think that's a move.
And as messy as Drake is right now, I can almost bet that there's somebody that wants to turn his faucet off. Because if y'all think Diddy is a mess,
this nigga worse?
Drake, he was being to be next in line. See. What happens when the real details of what happened to XXX come out?
We got justice for losing Jossie, but his case ain't done just yet. We still have developments, and X's case still keeps surprising us. Remember that old rumor that Drake might have been involved? Well, it might be more than just a rumor. We could wind up some footage that shows a lot, and you have to see it too. News of appeal and losing X. Do you remember the dude called Dedrick Devin Williams? Well, he's one of the guys convicted for XXXtentacion's back in 2018. Believe it or not, he's out here appealing his case. And guess what? His legal team is dragging Drake's name into the mix. They're saying Dedrick didn't get a fair trial, partly because some evidence that could have pointed fingers at others, like Drake, got left out. Now, let's catch up real quick with how things went down. So
Listen, all I gotta say is you is a motherfucking fool, Aubrey. You is a motherfucking fool. If it turns out you had anything to do with this, you was a motherfucking fool, yo. You was a straight up fool, Aubrey. What the fuck? I don't understand why these dudes be out here, in the hip hop, doing good, getting money, living the life, and then do dumbass shit like that. I mean, it's alleged, so I'm not saying that he did it, but if it turns out that you did do it or you had any involvement with it and you Aubrey, that's just stupid, Aubrey. Let's go.
last year, Dedrick and two others, Michael Boatwright and Trayvon Newsom, got hit with life sentences for first-degree and armed robbery in connection to X's. This all went down on June 18th, 2018, outside Riva Motorsports in Deerfield Beach, Florida. X had just pulled $50,000 from the bank and was leaving the dealership when an SUV rolled up and blocked his BMW. Surveillance caught it all. Two masked men jumped out, confronted X at his window, and things turned violent real quick. X was multiple times, and the suspects snatched his Louis Vuitton bag with the cash before speeding off. Dedrick was accused of being the getaway driver, while X's uncle, who was with him, thankfully wasn't hurt, but witnessed the whole thing. The prosecution laid out solid evidence, surveillance footage, text messages, and even cell phone videos of the suspects flexing cash after the... Oh.
See, that's some more dumb nigga shit. I don't understand, yo. Why do motherfuckers do stupid shit like that? Why are you gonna post some shit on social media? You know what I'm saying? What the fuck is you... Oh my God, yo. That's some dumb nigga shit, yo. That's just... I don't know how many times I heard stories about stupid ass motherfuckers do some shit and get bagged because you fucking post a video online. Man, let's go. You stupid asses. Let's go.
And their accomplice, Robert Allen, flipped on them, confessing his role and spilling all the tea in court. After 7 days of deliberation, the jury found all 3 guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. Now, Dedrick Williams' team is saying there's more to this story, and they're pointing fingers at Drake. Well, he wasn't brushed by the investigation enough, they think, and that's how we got here. Drake's involvement. Dedrick Devin Williams is appealing his conviction, and his lawyer is focusing on mistakes made during the trial, including evidence tied to Drake. One of the big complaints is how the defense witnesses were handled. In 2020, Dedrick's lawyer shared a list of witnesses he wanted to call. The prosecution tried to block all of them, which the lawyer said wasn't fair. Normally, they'd have to explain why specific witnesses should be excluded, not just reject everyone at once. The judge didn't let the prosecution strike the whole list, but told Williams' lawyer to explain how each witness supported his defense. The lawyer argued this forced him to show his strategy to the other side, which felt unfair. Part of the defense's argument comes from a post XXXtentacion made on social media before he. In it, X said, "If I get killed, it's Champagne Poppy," which is Drake's Instagram handle. The defense also pointed out that X had beef with other rappers, including people linked to Drake, like 600 Breezy and Toronto rapper Top 5.
Well, your man Drake has been, they've been trying to drag him into this XXXtentacion case.
You know my name is in there too.
Wait, your name is in this thing?
I swear to God. My government name, Antonio Valentino King, 600 Breezy. They brung up, people were sending it to me. So I'm
wow.
Beat me up. They beat me up still. They got my cell rated. I'm going hard for them, and they're not beating me.
The lawyer also wanted to save testimony from DJ Academics, a close friend of X. Academics had posted videos talking about X's drama with Drake, and even mentioned a phone call where X supposedly talked about his issues with Drake and made comments about Drake's mom.
I want to say this right now. I want to say this on this video. I apologize to Drake for coming for his mom. I saw you as a business opportunity as you saw me as a business opportunity, as you extorted the cadence from that song. I'm not going to argue. It is what it is. The cadence is exactly insane.
X had also posted a pic of a Drake lookalike with some disrespectful stuff written on it, asking Academics to share it. Academics refused, warning X not to mess with Drake. And after that, X took the post down and said his Instagram got hacked. The lawyer wanted Academics' testimony locked in because he lives outside the court's reach and might not show up in person. He argued that Academics' side of the story was key to their case, but the court wasn't having it and only allowed a basic deposition instead. They also brought up how X's mom, Cleopatra Bernard, mentioned in court that X and Drake had some real tension. She claimed Drake even took shots at X in his lyrics. Now, when asked if they were flat out saying Drake was involved, the lawyer said no. What they were really arguing was that the defense should have been allowed to look into all possible suspects and call out flaws in the investigation. They felt like shutting that down made the trial unfair. Dedrick Williams' lawyer isn't outright saying Drake was directly involved in the crime, but points to things X's mom testified about. She admitted knowing about X's beef with Drake and the Migos. She also knew about a violent clash between X and the Migos, and how 600 Breezy showed up in Florida, posting online that he was armed. X's mom was worried about all of this, even discussing it with him, and wanting extra security the day he was because of these tensions.
Before you hear from anybody else, got jumped in LA by some and they jumped me. Nobody gave me the faith of a one-on-one. Nobody gave me the respect of a one-on-one, and I pinned that when he was on the ground. Just to let y'all know why they jumped me. I'm just letting y'all know from now though, I'm a man before anything, and I'm gonna take my beating like a man, and I'm gonna carry myself like a man, and this don't affect me. Y'all niggas lose money for me. Oh, and the nigga up fire on me, my girl, and my point blank period. So if you see anything, just know they had fire and they pulled the my nigga.
The lawyer said the judge initially agreed this stuff was relevant, but things got complicated when Drake hired a top-notch attorney, Brad Cohen, after being ordered to appear for a deposition. Brad filed motions to block the deposition and protect Drake from being involved. After a lot of back and forth, the judge, who had previously been supportive of the defense's efforts, flipped the script. In court, the judge refused to let the lawyer show video evidence of Drake's staff rejecting the subpoena and even kicking it down the road near Drake's house. Instead, the judge sided with Drake's team, granting their motion to block the deposition and throwing out the subpoena. The lawyer argued this wasn't fair, especially since X's own family denied the beef existed, despite everyone knowing it was real. The judge dismissed it and even let the state attorney push to strike all the defense witnesses. According to the lawyer, it felt like the system was shutting down their ability to build a solid defense. The judge completely removed Drake from the witness list during the trial, which was totally inappropriate, given the history of the case. Drake isn't just any celebrity, he's a superstar. Let's be honest, that massive fame might have influenced the decision. Now, there's another big part part of the appeal involving this
All about
gang
them
expert
dollars.
doctor, Jesse De La Cruz. The legal team of one of X's assailants wanted Dr. De La Cruz to testify about some wild connections he found. He claimed there was visual evidence linking Drake to the same gang as one of the co-defendants, Robert Allen. This included photos of Drake throwing the same gang signs as Allen and claims that people associated with Drake were seen in XXXtentacion's neighborhood, threatening him right before he was. It didn't stop there. Dedrick's guys also pointed out suspicious lyrics in Drake's music. In a song called Upset, Drake rapped, SMS XXX, that's the only time I shot below the neck. And in another track called Mob Ties, he mentioned Lewis bags for body bags, which the defense interpreted as references. Dr. De La Cruz's.
See, that type of shit is stupid shit. I don't understand. It's like you niggas is begging, yo, come get me, come get me. I mean, that's what it seemed like. I don't understand why these rappers put such nonsense in their songs, yo. And then you wonder why the... man. It's funny, man. It's fucking funny, yo. Let's go.
His testimony could have connected all these dots, but the judge refused to let him testify. Meanwhile, the prosecution got to bring in their own gang expert, which helped back up parts of what Dr. De La Cruz would have said. The defense argued this was a bad call and unfair. To make their case, they showed photos of Drake and Lil Wayne throwing gang signs and mentioned how Top 5 openly claimed on social media to be Drake's shooter. The defense's argument wasn't that Drake directly did anything, but that there's a gang element tied to these entertainers that could have been relevant to the case. In the end, though, the jury didn't hear any of this because the judge struck it all out. So something else happened during the trial, and it was kind of sus too. X's mother testified that she knew about 600 Breezy traveling to South Florida, adding to the mountain of evidence supporting the need for a gang expert. The defense was allowed to suggest that someone else might have been responsible for them, like Drake, but they argued that the court unfairly limited their ability to cross-examine witnesses, violating their client's rights. For example, when the defense asked Robert Allen, the snitch in this case, about his father's connections to dealing and fire, something that could have created...
Damn, he said the snitch in this case. Why you gotta put that man out there like that? I mean, he know he snitched. Damn. Let's go.
Reasonable doubt, the judge blocked those questions. Even though Allen admitted his dad provided one of the used in the crime, the defense couldn't dig deeper. Then there's the issue of Drake. The state's attorney brought up Drake during direct questioning of Detective Kershaw, asking if he had any information connecting Drake to the case. Kershaw admitted they tried to verify whether Drake was in South Florida by checking his social media. On cross-examination, the defense questioned why they even checked Drake's location if he wasn't a person of interest. The implication? Drake was a person of interest, but the investigation into him was sloppy, basically limited to peeping Instagram. The defense also pointed out that Drake's connection to Migos came up early in the investigation. A month after the Allen mentioned Migos in his first conversation with Detective Kershaw, yet the defense wasn't allowed to fully explore this in court. All of this was part of the case years before the defense even brought up Drake in their theory, showing that this wasn't just a last-minute strategy. The defense's main argument was that their client didn't get a fair trial because they weren't allowed to fully expand on these points and introduce relevant evidence. But there's another issue with Detective Kershaw. The defense objected to him providing expert opinions on cell phone data, since Broward County didn't officially list him, or anyone else, as a forensic expert. Typically, expert witnesses have to be declared ahead of time, which gives the defense a chance to review their findings and prepare. But in this case, Kershaw and another individual were allowed to give what amounted to expert testimony without following proper procedures. This person even presented a visual aid that he prepared just a week before testifying, which the defense argued was unfair and lacked proper disclosure. Detective Kershaw is very experienced, and no one is disputing that. But experience doesn't excuse Broward County from following proper procedures, especially in a high-profile case like this. There are several issues being raised in the appeal, including the use of prior bad acts and an out-of-court statement from one of the defendants, Trayvon Newsom, which is being called prejudicial. One particularly shocking moment involved a statement Detective Kershaw brought up about Trayvon during a redirect. He referenced a separate investigation, claiming Trayvon told someone on a dating app that he had buried money in his house. All of this was presented without authenticating the statement or even verifying which phone it came from. Despite this lack of proof, the court allowed this highly prejudicial information to be admitted, potentially influencing the jury's opinion not just about Trayvon, but also about Dedrick and the other dudes. This was a serious error, and the legal team wants a new trial. At some point, the prosecution will give a response, and the court might invite oral arguments, though these days that's done at the court's discretion rather than being an automatic right. But one thing that you can say about this trial is that it wasn't a straightforward conviction. It lasted 11 weeks, and the jury deliberated for 8 days, which is an unusually long time. That shows they struggled with their decision. Now look, the idea of a retrial might sound fair after everything that went down, but let's be real, it's not that simple. Courts don't just hand out retrials because things seem unfair. You need to prove there were major legal errors that changed the outcome of the case. And even though there there are valid complaints here, the appeals process is stacked against defendants. Judges tend to lean toward saying, the trial wasn't perfect, but it was good enough. Plus, appeals take forever, and courts are swamped. Unless something absolutely undeniable shows up, it's rare to see a case like this get a do-over. So, while it's not impossible, a retrial is a long shot. It's tough to convince the system to hit the reset button. What do you think? Do you believe they'll get another shot, or is this case closed for good? Was Drake somehow involved after all, or nah? Drop your thoughts.
I'm gonna say, I don't know, man. I don't know. I know some of them cats. I don't know. Some of them rappers are stupid, yo. I mean, they all brag about that shit. Like, fucking Jay-Z got a song. I forget what song it is, but he say right there in his song, you know killer, I know killers, right? Basically saying that, okay, yeah, you might know somebody that could, take somebody out, but I got a fleet of motherfuckers that at the snap of my fingers would do, would do my bidding. I mean, they put it all up in their songs, yo. They stupid as hell. I mean, Drake said that shit about the body bags for fucking Louis bags, so I don't know, man. I can't call it. I wouldn't put it past them. I mean, because, like I said, they all be bragging about it. You know what I'm saying? I put 50 on this motherfucker head. I put 100 on this nigga. You know what I'm saying? They all talk like that bullshit, so they get it from somewhere. Niggas is probably actually doing that bullshit. I think it's stupid as fuck, though, man. I don't understand why you know what I'm saying, you be in that position, you getting dollars, you know what I'm saying? You got a good thing going on. Why would you fuck it up? You know what I'm saying? With some bullshit. And you know what? I don't know what this XXXtentacion, beef between between Drake and him was about. I don't know what it was about, but I bet you it was some bullshit. I bet you it was some bullshit. Some bullshit like on the lines of like he probably stepped on my white Air Force Ones or some shit. You know what I'm saying? That type of bullshit. You know what I'm saying? I guarantee you it was probably some bullshit that this whole beef started over. And it ended up, you know what I'm saying, and loss of life. That shit, motherfuckers gotta think before you do shit, man. It's just fucking, I don't know, man. At this point, you would think niggas would just grow the fuck up already, you know what I mean? Stop the bullshit. Get your paper, you know what I'm saying? And do your little beef and your competitiveness, but, do it healthy, you know what I'm saying? There's no need for the bullshit, yo. Come on, we supposed to evolve beyond that bullshit, man. We not, whatever, yo. It is what it is, man. Whatever. What y'all think, though? You think Aubrey had some kind of involvement in that shit? I believe he might have. You know what I'm saying? Put it out there, you know what I'm saying? Put it on, allegedly, you know what I'm saying? It's just my opinion, but hey, this one is over. It's done. I'm through with this one. I'll be back again with another video. You know what it is. This is Damian, but you can call me Dame. This is the Damian reaction. Everybody have a good holiday season. Happy, Merry Christmas. Happy, is it Kwanzaa? Happy Kwanzaa. Happy motherfucking Hanukkah. If you celebrate, cool. If you don't celebrate, have a good motherfucking day. I'm gonna see y'all on the next video. Peace.